Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Jeremy, aka Captain Subpar, is back with another exciting toy review for you. Finally, after all this time. If you don't know, the Kyuranger toys have been a bit difficult to procure. People have loved the designs, have loved the series, so it was hard to get the first shipments of all the toys out there. Thankfully, they did a restock. I have everything now, everything deluxe that's important, and I'm going to review some more of those for you today. There'll be two reviews, this one and then another one that should finish out the first wave of Kyuranger toys. Today we are going to look at the rest of the mecha for the main line. Again, if you're not really following Kyuranger, basically there's 9 Rangers, 5 of them make up the main mecha, the Kyuranger that I've shown you before, and then there's 4 more that are also arm and leg attachments. And the thing with this is, while red is the base, all 8 of the other ones can be any arm or any leg. So any formation you want, you can do it. So we're going to open the other 4, we're going to, bust out the main alternative formation, and, show you all the different things that the Tama can do. And then my next review, hopefully I'm actually going to have a special guest with me for that one. We'll see if I can get that done. But I'm going to try to get a special guest, and that will be the review for the Sazer Blaster. And then that should finish out our Kyuranger line. Anyway, what do we have today? First up, we're going to take a look at the 10-bin Voyager. This is for Balance, the Gold Ranger. And traditionally, he is a left arm. He traditionally would take this spot right here, I believe. No, I'm wrong. He's left arm up here, but traditionally when they make the secondary mecha, he's actually a leg. And you'll notice that, I've said this before, is that the legs tend to be bigger Zords, the arms are smaller Zords, but again, they still can all be anything. Enough talking, let's take a look. Quick look at the box, you can see him and his Zord on the top. On the side it says 10-bin Voyager. There's Balance on the other side, being awesome. And that's about it. Ta-da! Take him out. Always bring your little trusty blade, because I think it just makes a nice clean way to take everything out of the box. That's always been the way I've approached it. And first we will take a look at his Tama. He's number 4. And there's regular mode. And then you flip it. And there's his balancing scales. La-dee-la-da. He has little instructions. Probably not very detailed, not a lot to it, but I always like to bang them out just in case. The back is really what we need here. So, come on. Slide on. Alright. There we go. 10-bin Voyager. And make sure I get the arms right. Let's actually fold him out. Let's start out with the folded out version. Pop the legs down. Fold the head up on top. It looks like this on top, so he's got the full circle. And then this one is the left arm. There's a little finger, so you can actually see which is which. Oops. So left arm, right arm. One thing I don't know a lot about that I think maybe other people will know that can tell me is that it looks like there's going to be a special promotion where you can get a version of him where he's actually really golden. Because this, even though he's the Gold Ranger, this is much more of a muted yellow. You can compare it to the actual Yellow Ranger, and they're still both pretty yellow. This is just more of a dull, I would say mustard color maybe you'd go for. But I don't know about that. I don't know all the details. It's probably one of those things where it's like, you have to buy a deluxe toy in this month, and since everybody's already bought the deluxe toys in the first month, you'd have to rebuy something in order to get that one. Or you'll end up having to go on eBay and hunt for it later. if that's all true, well and good that I've seen. So we will pop him up like this, and I think what I'll do is I'll just open them all individually, and then I will put them all on the mecha together. Jeez, he doesn't look like he wants to stand up particularly easily. Like, because if I move the feet, okay, so there, that'll work. So there's him. Set his instructions aside for now, and I will set his box aside to save me some room. And next up is going to be the Hibitsukai Voyager. That basically means snake. This is for the Silver Ranger. Naga Ray is his name. He's basically like a Vulcan from Star Trek, where he just doesn't really have emotions. And I guess that's the joke, is that the robot is the crazy emotional guy, and the humanoid is the one of the duo that is much more subdued, you know. The type of obvious little fun little jokes that Sentai is known for. Toku in general, really. And his mecha is going to be very similar to the gold one. They transform in the same way. They're the only two of the bunch that actually have humanoid forms. And you know, while Balance has his little shields that sort of mimic the scales of justice, over here we have the two fangs for the big snake head. So we will put that up. And so again, this is number 6 of the bunch. And it's the normal mode. Then you flip it, and there is the snake mode. Basically, the way to remember who's who is outside of red, which is number 1, the odd numbers are the main mecha, the even numbers are the secondary version of it. Pop this back on. Again, basically the exact same legs. Yep. Come on now. Flip this part up. Same thing with the arms. Find which is left and which is right. I think what's really cool on him, I'm noticing here, is he's got these like little snake eyes on his shoulders. That's kind of cool. I really dig his design. I really think silver's pretty cool. I wish the silver would feel like more of a silver, just like the gold. I'd like it to be more goldish. But overall, it's just a fun little design. And I think one of the cool things about these mecha is that there's some variety. Yes, they ultimately all are just limbs, but despite that, they were able to find a nice balance. Balance, eh? Because like how these two are very much the four-legged animal traditional ones, and then these two are I don't know, these two are just more about their little accessories. You know, got the little chameleon tongue, and you got the sword head of the swordfish. And then you've got two here who are more, you know, standing up ones. And then you've got the other two that I'll show you that are more traditional animals, too. Anyway, so we'll put those two there. And we'll put this aside. And next up is the Sasori Voyager. That is Scorpion. This is the Orange Scorpion wins. That's the Orange Ranger. As of this airing, he's the only one that hasn't joined the team yet. He's kind of like the loner. You know, every series always has that secondary ranger who's the, not always, but a lot of the times has that secondary ranger who's like the rival to the Red Ranger. If the rival doesn't end up being the 6th Ranger. And obviously 6th Ranger I say in quotes because we're already at 9. And we know at least 2 more are coming and probably more beyond that. So, this is the one I was actually the most interested in seeing. I just like Scorpions in general. I think they're very cool. And you know, you don't get Orange Rangers very often. Only a few in history. Not counting Boom, of course, from SPD. Oh, he's got his tama by itself, so we can pop that open. And finally we have number 2 of the bunch. There is regular mode. And there is the cool Scorpion mode. Also, just so you know, when I do the review of the Caesar Blaster, it's going to be a very odd review if I do it the way I want to do it. But when I do that, that's going to be when I take all of these Q-Tama and get some noises from them. So I'll bring them all up, I'll line them all out, and we will just use all of those and check out all the different sounds that are available in the Caesar Blaster. And even then, you know, we're still scratching the surface because there's a lot of Q-Tama that have not been released yet. We'll just have all the ones that are necessary to change and a little more beyond that. Alright, so we fold out the little scorpion legs. This goes like, come on, there. And they want it like this, up. And fold the head down. And then, so then he's got the scorpion tail, you know, so the scorpion tail is pretty versatile to sting. It's got a lot of pivot joints there, that's very cool. Got the claws in the front. Interesting how they're like different colored, because this one's got a yellow highlight and this one's got sort of a bronze color to it, if you can see. I'm not sure what the point of that is going to be long term. We do know that there's like big combinations coming, because the Purple Ranger has a massive dragon and he like goes in the back of the main mecha. Kind of like if you remember Zeo O-Ranger with the red battle Zorb going in the back, it looks kind of like that. And then these can like hang on the top, so they try to utilize them all. But I really like this Scorpion. Like Scorpion, out of the main ones, even probably counting the massive lion, like I think the Scorpion one's my favorite so far. I think is the most unique of the bunch. So that's very cool. And finally, out of the mecha, we have Pink. Washi Pink is the Washi Voyager. This is Raptor 283. Hey, I remembered her name. Oh, his name was Stinger, by the way. And she's like the robot of the group. If you don't know, she's actually voiced by the actress who played Luca Milfi in Gokai Yellow, which is kind of cool. And she just joined the team this week in the episodes. So it is the perfect time to get these mecha now that everybody is on the team. Ta-da. And here we go. She has a Phoenix. I keep wanting to fold it more than I'm supposed to, but there really isn't much more folding to do. And then finally we have her Q-Tama, Phoenix one, number 9, last of the group. Regular form. And there's her cool Phoenix. I like the pink, very bright, vibrant pink this time around. And she's kind of hangs low, I would say. Kind of a low center of gravity in her character. Oh, duh, I've got the wings backwards. That's why. Boom, Phoenix. Very cool too. Like I think these two are probably my favorites, just design-wise and detail-wise. No offense to anybody else, I like them all. And maybe that's part of the newness compared to the other ones, but very, very cool. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to cycle through this stuff. I showed you this last time, but... Now that's just the red by itself. You have to hold the button down and then you get the Kyuranger noises. Now let's assemble this as if it's the secondary main mecha. And I believe... Yes. Okay. So, we'll take off Chameleon. Chameleon is replaced by Pink. Let me see how they like to do it. Because they really don't do much to it. They just flip this around, and then it just pops right in. Like that's one of the things I'm a little disappointed in, is like there's not a cool way to like fold the wings up. I wish there was, because when you just have like the wings hanging there, it really makes it feel like it's a secondary mecha. Like it feels like there wasn't as much thought put into it. So it's a really cool mecha by itself, but when it's combined, I'm a little bit apprehensive on Pink. We'll take this one, and we'll take Scorpion. And how do they like to do it? They like to do it. They have to fold this in and fold this forward. And then this is going to turn backwards because the number always has to go inside. And we will replace yellow with orange. Like so. Also, always make sure you've got the symbol folded in, because when it lights up, you can see stuff inside, and if you've got it folded so like this, where this is out, then you can't really see the stuff that's inside very well. Okay, try to remember how to fold these now. Head goes down, snaps in, legs fold in, and gonna have to look at this. Because the head actually comes together. The two pieces of the head. Trying to see if they want them together when it's in the back mode, though. Let me check out the... Where's his? Alright, here's his. I was looking at gold, not silver. Alright. When he's folded down... It looks like... One wonders what is the proper folding technique for the leg. Oh, they do go together in the back. I just must have pushed it the wrong way. So let's try that again, shall we, children? La-dee-la-da. Aha, like that. Duh. So it just folds up like that. Simple enough. Actually, that might not be right. I'm trying to think. Okay, so if it connects like this as a leg, this is folded over in the head. Actually, it looks like maybe they're the other way around. I think they switched them around. Okay. Didn't think this was going to be that complicated, guys. Okay, yep, that's the way it is. It's actually, they have it like that. So, I will take out blue. And I will put in silver. Okay, yeah, it feels a little snugger once you've actually snapped it in. Nope. Is it supposed to be ironic that balance has the least amount of balance of all of these? Let's see. Head up. Between the legs. Fold the legs up. Fold the legs in. Fold the head up. That's really it. There's no more to it than that. Boom. Just have to make sure that when I pop him out, and I pop him in, boom, everything is fine in the back. And again, I said this before, but I'll say it again. It's a nice combination. I don't necessarily think these four colors work really well together. And you can see in the back, it really feels like this is an extra bulk here that isn't necessarily as noticeable in the other ones. But I still think it looks really cool. If it wasn't for the wings here, I'd be even more psyched. I actually think the best combination, just with the way the mecha look together, is the basic Megazord, but orange replaced yellow. I think just with the versatility of everything, I think that looks the best. But anyway, let's check out the, you remember you could see red in the cockpit? You can probably see everybody else now. See? I have to look at myself. Yeah, what's really cool, if you can't see it yourself, is that you can not only see everybody in their cockpit, but you can see like the little flare of their individual costumes. You can see their symbol above their head. So it's not just like a generic, here's all the Rangers in different colors. They really took the time to add the minor details that show you each individual Ranger. And I just think that's really cool. So that's our entire fleet here, guys. Let's do a quick limb switch. I did this last time. Let's try to do it here. Try to make it faster. No promises. How do we do this? Alright, so this would fold up. How did they do it with the wings? So fold the wings in, and then they have to go up just a little bit. And very simple way to put pink on as a leg. Better do orange so it actually stays there. And so they keep it up, and you keep the legs down for stability. And I actually think they both look pretty okay as legs. I actually like them a little more as legs than I did yellow and green. Gotta say. Let's see. Now you have to become an arm. Yep. Gotta look at the instructions. Arm mode. I think these come down. Boy, these are kind of bulky as an arm, because I'm looking at the way they're folding it here, and it doesn't look like I'm doing anything super wrong here. It just doesn't look like they, as an arm, it's very smooth, I guess you would say. Oh, there's little pegs here, I think, so that they kind of tell you where these need to stop. But yeah, nothing really folds in like super super tight here, I would say, would be what I'm trying to say here. No, that's not right. Because I can see the part of it. Okay, so these do stay up. My bad. Legs do stay up. And then these just come down to the front. Looks like, doesn't look like they're really wowing us with creativity on that front. Nope, they really aren't. No, wait, this. Boy, I am missing something here because it looks like. Okay, this is down. I'm sorry guys, but I am screwing the pooch when it comes to figuring out how to combine these. Because the box doesn't necessarily look like it's 100% mimicking the toy to me. As much as I would like it to. These definitely stay connected. That folds up for sure. And yeah, like that is all there is to it. Like there isn't more. I wish there was more to it. I'm not like thrilled with Balance as an arm. I'm really not. But like that's how they have him. It's just like that. Like just kind of smushed in there. Which means that unfortunately it's going to be the same thing probably for this guy. Although I think he'll look better because I really like just the snake head. I just think that's really cool. So, fold the legs down, keep this folded in, keep the head folded up. And I guess you just fold this down. They kind of bend the legs a little bit to make it look more like a snake jaw. To make it look more like the feet are another set of fangs. But other than that, that is really all there is to it. And then you just snap him in. Okay, and that's our final combination here. But definitely didn't go as fast as I hoped it would. Final thoughts overall while you just check this bad boy out. This one is interesting because when you compare it to the other ones, the two that are meant to be arms, I think actually look just almost as nice as legs. Like I don't feel like there's a huge imbalance in that respect. You know, pink and orange compared to green and yellow. Now, when you look at the other ones, I feel like gold and silver are more obnoxiously clearly not supposed to be arms more often than not, as opposed to black and blue, who, while it was top heavy, wasn't as egregious. I think having the humanoid robots with the limbs hurts it in that respect. Ultimately, I still think all of these mecha are really, really cool. I think there's a decent amount of versatility. I would love it if there was another Ranger that actually was a middle that could switch out as well. But overall, it's a very fun group of 9. I still think the standouts, besides red, because red you can't really count because it's so different from the others. But for me, the standouts are still orange, pink, and really blue and black, like orange, pink, blue, and black. Like I think that's would be my actual dream combination, is using these two as arms and keeping blue and black as legs would be the idealist looking one of them all. Which is kind of odd for me because I'm the type of person who likes to stick with traditional colors. So you would expect me to pick like a primary colors and then maybe green and black. That's typically what I would do. But no, I think this is just a really fun group. I think this is a fun group of mecha. I'm really digging this show. I hope other people are watching it and digging it. It's the first Sentai I've really just been in love with since Go Busters, although I really did like Kyuranger. And there's a lot more to come. As I told you, there will be a Seiza Blaster review coming up very, very soon. I know everybody else has already done their stuff, but I hope you guys continue to check out my stuff. And I know this is a little longer than I was hoping it would be, but again, lots of cool stuff, digging it. As always, please like this video if you like it, comment if you have something you'd like to say, subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed before, ring that bell if you'd like to be notified of my new upcoming videos. And the best thing you can do for me, as always, is just share this video with your friends, your family, your fellow nerds, your crazy mecha fans, all those sort of people in your life. I am Jeremy, aka Captain Subpar, telling you that forever and always, I will be King of the Geeks. Cool, la 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 la.